Life as We Know It with Tom Walton.
Well, we've all flipped our calendars to June, and while you might not have noticed it, that means we are officially into another hurricane season. Hurricanes are not something we worry about unduly here in Ohio and Michigan, unless you count the wind and rain that often work their way north after a hurricane subsides. But we worry anyway if we have friends, family, or property in the southeastern United States, especially Florida. I have a niece and nephew in southwestern Florida who endured the wrath of Hurricane Ian last September, a Category 5 howler that killed more than 160 Americans and did more than $112 billion in damages. Lives and livelihoods were destroyed. At least one town, the island community of Fort Myers Beach, was virtually wiped out. I visited the island myself after the storm passed, and I was stunned by what I saw. It was clear that recovering and rebuilding will take many years. The computer models had predicted Ian would travel up the Florida Gulf Coast and perhaps turn inland around Tampa. Ian had other ideas and came ashore early, pounding Fort Myers, Bonita Springs, and Naples with a brutality that is difficult to comprehend. The experience got me thinking about the capricious nature of hurricanes and the sometimes quaint and ironic names we assign to them. Ian is a lovely name to give a newborn male child, but it seems singularly inappropriate for a storm that wreaked such havoc on so many at so great a cost. Hurricane names are chosen in advance by the World Meteorological Association, and every year I just don't get the logic they use in their selections. Here are the names already in place for the 12 to 17 named storms that are expected between now and the end of the season on November 30. Arlene, Brett, Cindy, Don, Emily, Franklin, Gert, Harold, Idalia, Jose, Keisha, Lee, Margot, Niger, Ophelia, Philippe, Rena, Sean, Tammy, Vince, and Whitney. Well, I'm underwhelmed. I don't wish to offend anyone named Harold or Vince. Those do sound like legitimate storm names. However, it's difficult for me to get too worked up in advance about a Hurricane Cindy or a Hurricane Tammy. I have no problem with calling a hurricane Idalia, probably because I don't know anyone named Idalia. But I know a couple guys named Brett, and they are good and kind people. I will have a tough time accepting the attachment of their name to a devastating storm. For many years, hurricanes were given feminine names only. That changed in 1978. Now, male and female names are assigned alternately. On a few occasions, hurricane names have been retired because to use them a second time would be inappropriate. Katrina, Harvey, and Irma are three of them. Ian is now on that list too. Here's a thought. I think the World Meteorological Association needs to take the next step and declare that never will a future hurricane be assigned a name previously used. Hurricanes are killers. Forget Tammy and Cindy. Call the next one Hurricane Brutus.
Life as We Know It is written and hosted by Tom Walton and is a production of WGTE Public Media. Life as We Know It with Tom Walton can be heard on WGTE FM 91 every Monday afternoon during All Things Considered at 5:44 p.m. Or hear past episodes at wgte.org/life.